This episode of The Champs is brought to you by Hulu Plus. Watch your favorite shows anytime, anywhere with Hulu Plus on your TV or on the go with your smartphone or tablet. Shows like Family Guy, New Girl, Scandal, SNL, Fallon, Kimmel, Seth Meyers. Should I go on? Is that not enough for you, you animal? Basically, like it's good. I use it. Neal Brennan personally uses it. You probably tried Hulu. Hulu Plus is so much more. With Hulu Plus, you can watch your favorite shows anytime, anywhere. Hulu Plus lets you watch thousands of hit TV shows and movies in the living room or on the go. They have the first 3 seasons of SNL. Just you can watch what was on in 1977 at 12:45. Shit is interesting, bro. You can also check out exclusive content, including Hulu originals like The Wrong Man's and Behind the Mask, which is a docuseries that takes you behind the world of sports mascots. Hence, Behind the Mask. Not about murderers, mascots. Though some may murder. You also get access to a collection of ad-free movies and kids content. So, dude, here's the deal. $7.99 a month. Catch up on all your current shows. Scandal, freaking New Girl, freaking Mindy Project, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's one of the easy things is it's all right there. You don't have to go like from site to site, and it's a waste. Only $7.99 a month. You can stream as many TV shows and movies as you want, wherever you want. Again, phone, computer, tablet. Right now, you can try Hulu Plus free for 2 weeks when you go to huluplus.com/champs. Special offer for our people. Make sure you use huluplus.com/champs so you can get an extended free trial and they know we sent you. Again, huluplus/champs. Free 2 weeks. They're not going to do an auto renewal on you. Just free 2 weeks. Check it out. See if you use it. Go from there. huluplus.com/champs. Bye. Hi, my name's Neal Brennan. You may know me as the voice of Samsung. Did you know that, Cipha? Yeah, I'm the voice of Samsung. Don't make a big deal about it. You're handling it pretty well. Come see me Sunday night in the West Side Comedy Theater, and also watch my special on, I think it's on YouTube. Just YouTube it. I can't post it, but it's on YouTube, the whole special. Someone posted it.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, I don't want to make a big deal about it because then Comedy Central will take it down, but go find that shit.
Even though the head of Comedy Central came up to me last week and said, I'm a huge fan of
that. Is true. So, Doug, stop listening.
Do not.
Doug Herzog, don't do nothing. Yeah.
He came up to me and he goes, hey, man, I'm a big fan of your podcast. I was like, no, you know I do stand-up.
There was a great tweet yesterday. Did you see the tweet yesterday?
No.
You're going to hate it.
Don't even. No. There's no reason to bring that here. There's so many negative tweets about you that I've ignored and not brought.
I agree. Thank you.
People are haters. They need to eat a dick. All people.
Everybody knows that. Go spit some dates, Moshe.
April Fool's Day, I'll be in New Orleans, Louisiana at One Night Jack's. Tom Lennon and Natasha Leggero, followed immediately by April 3rd through the 5th at Laugh Boston in Massachusetts. Massachusetts.
I love how you're explaining how dates work, how the calendar works.
And April, which is the same month as the last date, 17th, University of Oregon in Eugene at the Wow Hall. Come fuck with me.
Great. You got anything you want to promote, Cipha?
Me?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Cipha Sounds, famous in New York City. I do a show at the UCB Theater, UCB East, every Friday night at 9 o'clock, 8:30 for Spanish and Black people, where I get hip-hop celebrities to tell stories, and we create a whole improv show from it.
Fantastic. All right.
Let's do this.
Now you're fucking with the champs.
We're back. Hey, it's the Champs Podcast coming to you directly from Los Angeles, California. You may be noticing my radio voice, and that's because we have a radio. You think legend is too much?
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Definitely too much.
Personality.
Radio personality is fine.
Do you consider, what do you consider yourself?
As far as radio?
Yeah, just like a DJ. Do you get amped to start? Do you have a prep? All right, let's explain to people who you are.
Okay. Well, I do the morning show on Hot 97 in New York City. I also DJ. I do stand-up. I do improv. all around just cool guy.
Cool guy.
Yeah,
He
What
is a
makes
cool
you
guy.
so cool, man?
got a lot of jobs. Jobs make you cool.
Now, all right. So when I knew you, you were the DJ. You DJ'd for Chappelle Show.
Yep. Thanks to
And-
you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
How did you get that?
Another
job?
youngster that I helped out.
How did that go down? Oh, this is one of your interns.
How did you get that?
I was cool with Chappelle. I met when I was DJing for Most Def.
Oh, there
and
you
then
go.
Most and Chappelle were cool.
Yeah.
And then I would see Chappelle like just around town, and he would always take me to the cellar with him.
Yeah.
And then you.
We had a DJ, and he just, I'm not kidding when I say, I'm not going to say who it was. He smelled like poop.
It's
And then I
bad.
was like,
That's
literally
for
like,
the pilot.
no, he was on some actual shows.
Oh.
I mean,
and
I
this
did
is
the
so
pilot.
easy to figure out who it is.
maybe it was the pilot. We're going to go with the pilot then.
I did the pilot. Remember?
So you smell like doo-doo, man.
You don't even remember that.
You did the pilot?
I did the pilot.
What if he realized in this
we
moment
didn't.
that
There
it was
no
you?
DJ in the pilot.
I was there. Oh, maybe I just did it like an announcement.
The live? What did you do?
It was at some theater, like maybe like a college or something.
Oh, that was the pilot, but that wasn't. That was actually the pilot on Chappelle Show was hilarious because we did a thing where Dave came out to like a packed crowd, like crowded theater, like, hey, what's up, everybody? And then he went into the audience and was like, yeah, and then he just walked through the audience and out the front door. And it was like, aren't you sick of fucking people doing shows like that? And then we ended up doing a show like that, but it was a funny thing. Yeah, you did do the pilot.
I
You're
remember
right.
I learned the term Megan Mullally, and every time I kept saying it, everybody kept laughing.
Wait,
You never heard. You didn't know who she was.
No,
Oh.
at the time.
All right, so
you
you're
would just say someone else's name and
No, because it was part of the intro. Like tonight's guest, Megan Mullally, and they would all laugh.
Oh yeah, because you still can't say it. You're saying it like a person who's just speaking
Just
words
learning it.
for the first time, like a jungle person. Megan
Jungle
Mullally.
oh, like an Amazonian.
Yeah,
coming
like
out?
Megan Mullally.
Here's some things you need to know about. Okay, we have cars. There's
Megan
hard currency
Mullally.
and comedy's Megan Mullally.
That's like what you
Cannot
call
talk-
sex or something. All right, so you do your morning show DJ. Explain to people how you became a DJ, because here's what I'll say about DJs. It's everyone says they're a DJ
Now,
Yes.
that's a now thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
It used to be an actual pain in the ass.
Huh?
It used to be a pain in the ass to be a
Oh
DJ.
yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Like carrying records.
Carrying crates of records, breaking your back. The thing about DJing, like for clubs, you always had people that want to go to the club with you. So if you have 6 crates of records, you'd have 6 guys carrying your records in. And then at the end of the night, it would be one guy, you, carrying 6 crates out.
Even so, that's assuming that they all got some pussy, or none of them got pussy.
They
It
would
was
just
4 a.m.
disappear.
Yeah.
They would just disappear.
And you carried. Who did you carry records for?
I opened up for this guy DJ Riz, who was down with Funkmaster Flex.
Right.
So that's how I met Funkmaster Flex and got on Hot 97.
And when you met him, did he scream at you? Hello.
No, he didn't.
He doesn't do that in his
I
interpersonal.
DJ'd. I opened up at a club. And
That's a killer Funkmaster Flex, by the way.
What?
Hello.
I mean, I don't have it.
Was that
You got-
Barack Obama or Funkmaster Flex?
What's yours? Let me see. I don't know.
I've done it. It's not
Let's
bad.
hear it again.
But I don't do it loud. I'm
Come
not,
on, do it again.
I'm
Come
not
on,
doing
Neal.
it. I'm not
Everybody
doing an
wants
impression off
it.
again. I'm sure you can do it. We'll
Let's
talk
hear
about
it. What do you
Funkmaster
got?
in a second.
no, I can't do it.
All right. He's a very difficult guy to
Hello.
get. Hello. Hello. You are tuned in to.
Let me
Hello.
be clear.
That's me.
Let me be
Funkmaster
clear.
Flex.
Jay-Z is here. Okay, so all right, so you became you were a DJ.
Yeah, and then I was like Flex's intern. I would open up for him at clubs, and then I started helping him at the radio station, carrying records, getting food, all that stuff, coffee.
And you didn't mind kind of shoveling shit.
Nah, I mean, it's not the greatest, but that's how I got every job ever, pretty much.
Yeah, that's the thing is like you've always struck me as a guy who didn't have like a lot of like a big ego.
Nah.
You're just like,
Pride.
what do I gotta do?
Nah,
Yeah.
it's if you do this, you get on.
Speaking of egos and DJs, ever tell you the DJ Premier when I saw DJ Premier live? Ever told you the story?
I think you have. You didn't like him.
Well, that night he was just screaming. It was just screaming at the audience. He was like, "Hello, I'm DJ Premier." No, but he was
Well,
going.
Premier's the nicest guy.
No, he wasn't being mean, but he was just like he just stopped. There was one speech he gave. He stopped the record and he's like,
It's like a hip hop speech.
he goes, "If you look in the mirror and you don't like what you see, you ain't shit." I was like, that is the opposite message that you should be giving the people that don't like what
That's
they
also
see.
that's their problem to begin with.
No, exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, they're not shit to begin with.
They're like, I knew it. I knew I wasn't shit.
So thank you for confirming what I already thought.
Hip hop legend DJ
Primo
has confirmed what I've always felt.
Okay, so now you do the radio explain to people how you're a podcaster made good.
Yeah.
You're the best case scenario for podcasting.
Okay.
Meaning you were sort of DJing, right? Like you had a little bit of show on Hot 97.
Yeah.
But then you and Rosenberg started podcasting, and the show grew out of that, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, they knew they wanted to hire Rosenberg, and then they wanted to put me on the morning show because I was on other times. And then they were like, we don't know when you're going to have the morning show or if you are, but I think you guys should work together. And I want to see how you guys sound with each other. So Rosenberg was like, oh, we'll do a podcast called the Juan Epstein Podcast, which is like this, turned into this huge hip-hop historian type of podcast.
I love those kind of podcasts.
No, it's good.
That's
really good.
That's kind of like our shit too.
Yeah, it's
Except
really
you guys have
really
better-
good. Like we
you
have great
better
interviews.
guests.
Yeah.
Just because
Because I'm not a guest on my podcast. Your podcast is shit now.
Can we
Yeah,
come
you're right.
be guests and talk about hip hop on your
No,
podcast?
just say
Come
no.
on. Yeah.
Shut us down.
I didn't need you to say yes. No, I was expecting a no.
No, I love it. And then we got the morning show, but then we figured out a lot of stuff, our personalities from the podcast.
Like, what did you figure out?
Just like he's like super hardcore underground hip hop. He's like a purist.
Right.
I'm more like a party guy. I love underground hip hop, but not as much as him. And then we also we had similar interests, like, Curb, like comedy
Right.
stuff, and he was good at voices. I'm good at one-liners, stuff like that.
Right. Okay. So then from that, they were like, they just gave you sort of the morning show, right?
No, first they tried a syndicated morning show with Big Boy from L.A.
Right.
and that didn't work. But
That
they
must
gave
have been
us.
pretty satisfying.
We were. We were.
He can't
they gave
confirm,
us
but he
like.
did smile when I said it must
What?
have been pretty satisfying to watch a guy from LA fail in New York.
But I love Big Boy. He's a great
We all
guy.
do, but it's nice to see someone fail
Of
when
course,
they come to your territory.
especially if we want the job. And they were like,
Yeah.
we want to put Cipha and Rosenberg. They're like, no, we want to put Big Boy. So they gave us like the pre-morning show, which was like 4 to 6.
That's
and
a
then-
black hip hop show right there. That's like the black comedy show where they put on like just people that work. Like, we're gonna have a pre-show, then we're gonna have a 1 hour pre-show of just like New Jacks.
Yeah, New Jack.
New Jack.
And then the MC and then the real show. Okay, so then you started the so the 4 to 6. And
Yeah.
did you
And then after a year, Big Boy didn't cut it or whatever, and then they put us on.
Okay, and what's been your arc with the show?
Well, it's changed a lot. It was the Cipha Sounds of Rosenberg show, and then somewhere along the line, our boss Ebro, it was put on the show, and then our boss Ebro took over the show.
Who made these calls? You two?
I think our boss Ebro,
Yeah.
and then it became the Hot 97 Morning Show, which is slang for the Ebro show.
Hey, I got an idea. I'm going to pitch this out. I am the decision maker on it. I'm going to be in charge. And
I
take
spoke to
everything.
myself about this.
And I have been testing very well with myself.
Right.
Yeah.
Big Boy didn't work out, but Ebro.
Ebro's gonna.
Did
work
you okay? And are any of you guys like specifically radio people?
Like in the traditional
sense, yeah.
Ebro is, and Rosenberg is too. Rosenberg went to school for like journalism, and then he started in DC like radio.
Right.
Hot 97 is not traditional radio. We're like our own thing.
Meaning every show on Hot 97 or your show in particular?
No, every show. It's
That
just
it's-
not like if you go to like any town in the Midwest, a lot of the radio people might sound the same.
Yeah.
It's like a certain style of radio. Hot 97 sounds completely different.
Yeah.
But so then all those other places like, oh, you guys don't do real radio. And like, no, because ours is
Oh, they want
fun.
you to do the voice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Hot 97. Welcome, new jams.
Oh, see? It's not easy.
Hello.
Now you're talking. That's
Yep,
really
now
good.
What is that? That's a funk flex. He's pretty traditional though. Funk flex in a
No
weird way.
way. Are you crazy?
I mean, I don't listen to the show that much, but
No.
I'm saying like, okay, so you guys have gotten in trouble. Well, where are you from? Like, you grew up in New York,
Yeah, I'm from the Bronx.
and what sort of? You seem like a pretty rational, sane person.
I think so. I moved from the Bronx to Long Island during high school, and that's when I really got into hip hop because it was like a culture shock. I moved to like a all white neighborhood, all white high school. Sorry, guys.
The fact that you're apologizing for living around white people and that changing your life is not.
Neal almost just did a backflip when you said that. I mean,
No,
he
that's
was so
I
thrilled
say
to hear about it.
almost every single person that's ever been on the show has an experience like that.
Wait, oh really?
Yeah,
They
and
lived around-
Moshe claims he wasn't against it,
This motherfucker can't.
but he was against
Neal,
it, and I'm thinking about
Can't let a thing
running
go.
a clip of you saying that you don't like it.
Run a clip.
What doesn't he like?
He doesn't like that I say that if a black dude spends time around white people at a young age, he in my experience has a
You want to know
richer
what?
life,
I've said this a million times.
Like-
a more successful professional career.
I understand what he's saying though. It
You
makes
want-
sense.
You want me to tell you for the 50th time what I really was?
Yeah.
What did make me uncomfortable?
Yes.
It wasn't the idea. It was the glee with which you screamed the idea at our black guests right in the beginning, and I wasn't used to it. He was just like, "Oh, that's what I'm
I'd
talking
be
about.
like-
White people, yes."
Yes, in your face.
Yeah.
I would say in your face. A
And
lot
then
of times I'd
he
throw.
would dunk a Nerf basketball on
Right.
the dude.
I would
and-
throw a pie at their face
Yep.
and say without white people you'd be nowhere.
Yep, you'd be just a pie eating.
I mean,
fool.
it does open you up culturally. It gives you a different
Yeah.
experience.
It demystifies white people. Look,
Yes.
Neil's giving me a dirty
It's
look.
true.
Yes,
I've never given you a clean look.
that
as a
is
matter of fact.
that is true.
Like I know black dudes nowadays that would be like, "Yo, I never even been with a white woman." I'm like, "Why? Why would you not be with different women, different
Yeah.
kinds of women, different kinds of people?" So it's
Okay, so you grow up in
Long Island.
and two-parent home.
No, my father died when I was 3.
How did he die?
He drowned.
That's a first. Sorry to laugh, but that's pretty funny.
What do you mean?
Just
Did
drown
he got
because no
shot?
one drowns. No, it's just no
Was
one
he
drowns.
around white people? If he was around white people, he wouldn't have
no, he's
drowned.
around Puerto Ricans.
See,
What's the Mooney joke? Is that Puerto Ricans are black people that can swim? Is that the joke? Turns
Yeah,
out.
he could. This is not funny. My father, he could swim, but he was like almost like he was basically legally blind, and he lost his glasses when the boat tipped over, and he was swimming aimlessly.
I'm sorry.
that is funny.
fucking pretty
I
funny.
hate that it's
I know,
true, but
I
it's
know.
very.
It's fucked up, man. It's fucked up.
It's also gotta be funny if you're on the boat and you're like, come to my swimming in the
you're an
right
inch from-
direction, and he just is going away. You're like, Cypher's dad. Stop
you're
it.
an inch from the surface.
Yeah, no, and he's like over here, and he's going away from you.
And
Like,
that's how.
No,
And that's how the game Marco Polo was
you
invented.
idiot.
So bad.
You idiot.
I don't think you gave me the credit.
Marco Polo was pretty sweet.
I mean, that was really.
I was trying to
thank
think
you
of
very
a
much.
Spanish Marco Polo joke.
Oh,
I couldn't
yeah.
translate it.
Marco Pollo. Come on, guys.
All right.
Come on, guys.
See?
I mean, it's not the greatest thing, but I under duress,
As
I
a
came out
radio
with it.
guy, you admit that when your partner does something, even when it's not something you might think is the best, you got to kind of like give
Yeah,
it to him,
you definitely
support
do.
him.
You gotta big it up.
That's big up. Big me up, Neil.
Are you friends with Rosenberg off the show?
Yeah. Not best friends. We're friends.
Right.
Yeah.
But you understand. Were you ever best friends?
No.
Did you? So you never thought you were going to be best friends? It was never
No,
like
no.
you just immediately
No.
understood.
Yeah, we just got different likes outside of work.
He's a Jew.
I
is
like
what
to
you're saying.
work. No, I have no problem with Jews.
Come on, you not even a little one.
No. I never even knew. I didn't even understand the issue was with Jews until I
Thank you.
left New York.
Fucking thank you. This is
Again,
another thing that I
no
tell
matter
them
what
all
ever-
the time.
I'm
which
like
is,
confirming a lot
no
on this
one-
podcast.
Thank you.
No matter what is ever said, Neil will give me a look and go, "That's what I'm
That's
talking
what
about."
I've been telling you, Moshe. No one cares about Jews. No one's mad.
No,
at
I wouldn't
Jews.
say that.
I mean, no one's mad.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Go
I know
on.
in New York, like we had Jewish holidays off from school. And there's just Jewish people. I thought it was just another thing. And then when you go to other places in the country, they're like, there's no Jews and there's no Puerto Ricans, and it's like, oh, the fucking Jews. And I'm like, what do you?
They don't
hate
even.
Jews?
But the thing is, they don't actually know what they're talking about.
That is funny, isn't it? The less
Who?
Jews you have, the more likely you'll have those fucking Jews.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just go like
Oh, they
they're
have no
doing
idea.
this and they're. It's like,
No
what?
idea.
How do you know? You've never even.
Yeah,
you've never even met one.
it's crazy.
You've never even done a podcast.
And like, no,
before.
but even in New York, even in parts of New York, like when Rosenberg first came on the radio, they thought there was a guy on the radio with the yarmulke and the curls and the
Oh, that's
black.
funny.
No, like because like like kids in Brooklyn who live around like Hasidic Jews, that's what Jews are to
Right.
them.
Right.
Just that, and they're like, "Yo, you got the dude with the curls up there." I'm like, I have girls. What do you mean? You're like, no, the Jew. I was like, you shouldn't say that.
That's a pretty awesome idea of a guy, like a Hasidic Jew who's just like super into underground hip hop. There's got to be one.
There's got to be one
out there somewhere.
Yeah, it has to be.
They're all into prostitutes, right? That's what I always hear.
all of them.
I always hear it. You always hear that, right?
Well, I think
Orthodox and Hasidic Jews are super because it's all weird repression and shit.
Well, I think what happens is they go to prostitutes, like all people go to prostitutes. But when people see them come to a prostitute, people go like, "Holy!"
It's like seeing
shit.
Superman.
Yeah.
No, but I think it's the no protection thing that makes it crazy.
Why they don't fuck with condoms?
That's what I heard.
That sounds like bullshit.
That I know a girl that used to live in Midland Park in Brooklyn.
I'm ready to sign on. He knows a girl. Go ahead.
No girl. And she was Korean, and her mom owned a Korean market in the hood. And she said there was like some kind of AIDS epidemic in the Hasidic Jewish community because they didn't wear protection.
Yeah, I believe that.
That doesn't make any sense. But they
yeah.
are self-hating. Jews are self-hating, so fucking a prostitute without a condom.
But there's also that weird religious thing. It's like
but not
Catholics
if you want a
and
prostitute,
shit.
you're already out of the religious thing.
Right, but you don't.
Done.
You literally don't want to fuck up twice. That's how they think. They think like, well, it's like bargaining with.
That sounds crazy. Maybe they don't know about condoms. Maybe that's how repressed they are. That I'd believe.
That.
But
you would believe
Shaniqua?
that.
Yeah, but Shaniqua would say put a condom on. And also, why are these prostitutes allowing
Hulu Plus / Champs?
Well, if it's like a crackhead prostitute,
she
she doesn't care.
Right.
She's just getting that Krizak.
Yeah.
She got Krizak.
Do
They both
people
are.
still get that Krizak? That's kind of isn't that sort of
No,
done
but
now?
when she told the story, crack was big. This is
that
a
was
long
hot.
time.
Yeah,
It
what
was
do
in
people do
89.
now?
I don't know how it is
Speed?
now.
What do people in the hood do now? Molly and fucking
Yeah, crazy drugs, Molly and like.
Wait, so D-boys sell Molly now?
Molly, yeah,
Dudes would be on the corner selling Molly?
and not on the corner. It's like clubs, and they sell drink is big now. Drink, the scissor,
Yeah.
codeine or whatever that is.
Scissor finally took off.
Are there
Yeah.
not drug dealers on the corners anymore?
Not as much as it used to be now.
What
I mean,
do
there
the-
still is.
What
but
do the
not.
youth do?
Heroin is making a big comeback.
Yeah, that's
That's supposed to
crazy.
be cool.
You know why
right?
heroin's making a huge comeback? Because Oxycontin is too expensive.
Right, I heard
Yeah.
that. I heard that too.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like now, like the pills, the prescription drugs are out of control, and people are going, "Oh, I'll just do heroin."
Yeah, I heard that same thing. That is so crazy, man.
You don't. All right. So if anything, your only vice is like working too much, right?
Yeah.
What
And
about-
eat junk food?
What about what do you call it?
What?
That Krizak.
No, I never
not
did
the
the
Krizak
Krizak.
Kazokian.
I never even smoked.
No, I'm talking about what about sex?
Oh yeah. Well, I'm not married now.
You were
I
married.
had to
You're
give it
married.
up.
Yeah,
Had to
give
it
big up. But you got to big up your wife as well as your
Yeah.
partner.
I bet you're happily married.
Yeah.
I didn't love the tone on that.
No, I
You
was
wanna do it
pretty.
again?
I was pretty good with myself before therapy, and now I go to therapy, and I'm like 100% good.
Let's talk about
That's
that.
rare. That to quote the Chris Rock joke, he just said it once on a show. I'm including you and black people. Black men only go to therapy if the court orders it.
Well, what about
It's
Puerto
bad.
Rican men? Is that different?
All right, same thing. Black and Puerto Rican is the same.
Think
Don't
so?
divide and conquer us. Don't
You
use
think-
the white man's only trick to divide and conquer us.
Well, I just want to pit you guys against one
That's
another.
first of all, if you think that's our only trick, you're out of
Yeah.
your fucking
it is.
mind.
If you break it down to the core, Farrakhan told me.
Farrakhan just said, did you see that video?
What?
Where Farrakhan said, Barack Obama, open up Area 51. Show us that.
No.
It was him. It was him on camera. Like, I thought it was a camera trick at first.
Yes.
I was like, you fucking
I have
you
to see
lost
that.
your mind.
I have to
it's
see that.
over.
What? Okay, so what are you going? Are you going with your girl, or you're just going by yourself?
Oh yeah. Well, the reason why I was like not anti-marriage, but I was super careful about marriage, and I told her, let's go to
No
therapy.
kids.
No kids. No.
Okay.
I said, let's go to therapy to do like some preventative maintenance. Ask the therapist, hey, what's the top 5 reasons people get divorced or have trouble in their marriage?
You see everything as number.
Everything.
Everything's a countdown with you.
everything.
It's a radio guy.
Everything. Everything. What's top
Coming
5?
up after the break, we're gonna go over some of my
Top
fears
5
of intimacy.
My specific relationship will not work out. We'll be right back.
So I go in there, go to couples therapy. We didn't really have problems. It was just,
Yeah,
I just wanted to
that's smart.
see. And then opening up in therapy, then I started realizing I had some other issues. So then I
Which
started
were?
going on my own. With her a little bit, but it was some.
What were they?
Like I was super private, like paranoid private.
You're very private. Well, can you tell us more of your issues in therapy?
now I'm not.
With privacy?
Yeah, like I was like I wouldn't tell anybody where I lived. I wouldn't have people at my house. I was like super like. I mean, I'm still careful, but it was beyond.
Where do you live?
I wouldn't fly alone. I hate flying alone. I live downtown.
Could you give us more specific information? You wouldn't fly by yourself?
Now I was scared.
Who would you bring with you?
Always like my road manager or something, or somebody with me. I would pay if it was only flying me out. I would pay for somebody else to go.
Wow.
I didn't like to. I always sit like in an aisle seat. You know what I'm saying? Like,
is that OCD or that's just like
kind of? I thought it was. I thought it was like, oh, I'm OCD, but it was really like just some inner issues. And then,
did you figure out the root of these issues?
It has to do with not having a father growing up. My mom being young when she had me, so my mom was just figuring out how to be a parent. She wasn't the best communicator, and then like the therapist, like my therapist was like, you have maybe some issues with your dad not being around. I'm like, no, my dad died. He didn't leave us. He died. I'm dealing with it, and that's that. She's like, okay,
and
let
then
me
you
ask you a
told him the
question.
story, and he started laughing.
No, she goes.
So
Who
like,
taught
let me
you how
get
to?
this straight. Guy's on a boat, his fucking glasses fall off.
He just doesn't swim back.
This is 1979.
No, she goes, let me ask you a question. Who taught you how to shake a hand? And I was like,
Really? That was it?
Not crying, but then
I wonder if she does that question a lot. That's like
it's a good question though, because if you don't have a dad, who did teach you how to shake a hand?
Yeah.
Because you know these bitches don't be shaking no hands.
They don't be shaking no hands.
Bitches do not shake hands. They'd be like this.
So then she was like, who taught you?
Moshe just did a killer visual joke, guys. Come
Great
to
for
a
podcasting.
taping if you want to get a good laugh out of some of the stuff Moshe does. Killer visual.
See, this is not
Maybe
bigging
he'll
me up.
post something on.
This is bigging me down.
Maybe he'll post something on our non-existent website.
You stay bigging me down, man.
You don't even have a website for this?
Yeah, we got a
We're
website.
Disorganized.
I mean, I don't know why I was so aggressive with
We've
you. I'm
only
sorry,
done
Cipha.
fucking-
Right, yeah.
It's really residual Neal
That's
stuff.
crazy.
We've only been doing it 2.5 years. You can't expect us to have a website.
Hulu Plus / champs.
Get your shit together, man.
I know.
We need to get our shit together on so many levels. It's so true.
Yeah.
But okay, so she said, who said?
Tell you how to shake your hand. And she was like, when your mom, because my mom's super sarcastic. So she's like, when your mom was sarcastic to you, you didn't have a dad to go, your mother's like that. Don't worry about it. Right. And so like I took her sarcasm to heart. And it made me like closed in.
What would your mom be sarcastic about? Just out of curiosity. Because that's something I've never heard a guy say.
Little things like,
you're a great DJ.
like she'd be like, go, get me an orange from the fridge. And I'd like, oh, I don't see it. She's like, oh, you don't see it? You don't see the oranges? Are you blind? Like shit like that.
And then you'd start
But
crying.
okay, my mom,
Blind. Blind. No.
my mom on my wedding day. My mom on my wedding day in my suit. She comes down. The elevator opens up and she goes, "Oh, look at you! You think you're hot shit?"
Damn.
And I was like, "Mom, I go to therapy now, so I can handle it." But like, that's what you're gonna say to your only son on his wedding day? And she goes, like, she didn't. She's like, "What? What'd I say?" I'm like, "You just said you think I'm hot shit. Why don't you say, hey, you look nice?"
Yeah, that's really interesting. That's like. Because I think that like normally that's like passive aggression.
Yeah, maybe that's the right term.
Yeah, but
my
that's
mom's cool though.
Yeah,
my mom's not a bitch. She has a weird sense of humor.
I'm gonna just say though, judges like on the you think you're hot shit. It's a little bitchy. A little bitchy.
What did she say to your wife? Something even worse?
She loves my wife.
Like, oh, and then she went to your wife and was like, oh, look at this bitch.
Ugly
look
hoe.
at this bitch
All
right
right, I'm
here.
out.
Look at
Peace.
this- Oh, who the fuck is? Oh, hey, bitch, who you supposed to be?
What did I say?
Oh,
what
wait.
did I say?
Oh, bitch, you in therapy. You can handle it. Okay, that's interesting. And so, how often do you go to therapy?
Huh?
How often do you go to therapy?
I go once a week.
Okay.
Oh, now I go. Now we alternate. My wife goes 1 week. I go 1 week. And then we
Same
do
therapist?
couples. Yeah.
That's a little incestuous.
What did the-
isn't
okay,
it?
so what were the
go
top
ahead, Neal.
5
You
things?
go with your question.
Oh, I don't even know. Those got money, sex, children. It was simple. Like that shit got tossed away quickly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it became that was just the surface.
Yeah. And then we got to we had some issues that we didn't. My wife had a little anger issue.
How would it manifest itself?
I have no mirrors in my house. She broke all the mirrors. I have no idea what I look like when I leave the house.
Oh, you look terrible, man.
I
You
know.
think you're hot shit, but you're not.
Yeah.
My wife broke a lot of mirrors in the house.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
On some fucking Hulkamaniac?
Like
punch a
throw
mirror
like
type
throw a
shit?
shoe at it or something like. Oh,
think
she
you-
wouldn't talk about her issues and then it would explode.
She would throw a shoe at him. I've broken some windows with some shoes.
Have you really?
In my childhood, yeah.
Where are you from?
Oakland.
Oh, okay.
I haven't
Sorry, my
mentioned that
bad.
in a long
you know?
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
No,
was
thanks
pulling
for
out a
letting
gun
them-
as you said it. Yeah.
When was the last time you broke a window? From
Broke a
with an
window with a
object?
shoe. I mean, when I was a teenager, but I would do that was a move. Somehow you would just have your shoe in your hand and you just throw it. I don't know
Gotta
why.
have Gotta keep shoes around.
Yeah, I was a Latin woman though when I was a child, so that might have something.
So
to
that
do with it.
you're assuming that his wife's Latin.
I know. I was hoping I'm right.
No.
Damn it. She white?
She's what I like to call Asian Latin.
Oh,
She's
okay.
Filipino.
Oh, that is Asian Latin.
The
Yeah.
Asians with the Spanish names. Very
Yeah.
confusing.
What's
Yeah.
her name? That's Esmeralda.
Yeah.
No,
Esmeralda
come on,
Delgado.
give us the full name.
Nah, I
No,
don't
look,
tell
no, and we don't even want to know. We want you to
You're
thrive.
weird on the.
We
This is
want you to
another
get
one of your
better.
privacy things. It's another one of these things. I don't like people to know my wife's name.
Yeah, I don't want to broadcast my wife's full name on a
Yeah,
podcast.
she don't want none of that crap.
Hey, listen.
What'd she do for work?
She works at the Federal Reserve.
That's
Oh.
interesting.
Yeah.
That's not my people.
Downtown, like you. Okay, and so you work like crazy. You've always worked like crazy.
Yeah, I work a lot. I do a lot of stuff.
And do
I
you,
can't. If I sit still, I could chill and do nothing. I have no middle.
right?
I either chill and do nothing, and then like hate myself for not doing anything, or I just go out and do shit.
Let me. You got one?
Thank you.
Go.
He didn't mean that. I just want you to know, just so we can all understand Neal better. That was an olive branch that was painfully given. I don't actually have a question.
That
so go
wasn't
ahead.
painfully given. See, that's
And
why-
finally, no, don't do what you're gonna do. No, I do actually have a question. I was doing a bit, but how many rappers do you think? Like, do no rappers go to therapy? I mean, how common is therapy in the hip hop world? Like zero?
Nah, there's got to be a couple, but
Nobody
not a
would ever
lot.
admit to it.
and they might not admit to it.
Well, what are some of the craziest?
But the
stories?
funny thing is, a lot of rappers pull me aside and go, "Yo, how is that shit, man?
How's that therapy?
What's really going on in there? What's happening?"
What do
Oh,
they-
Ghostface goes to therapy.
That I actually believe.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and everyone asks me like, "Yo, what do they talk about in there?"
They just never.
I like how what are they like? It's like a fucking. It ain't no. It's whatever you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what they think.
Do you? Does the work thing have anything to do with your dad or your mom?
I don't.
Have you
think
tracked it?
so. No, I don't think so. No, I just like.
I mean, I only work in swimming pools, but
It's
I
fun
don't
though. My
think
work
it's
is
connected.
fun.
Yeah.
You
My
do
work
have a
is fun.
job.
Like, and it's like I want to like it's. The more I do, it's the more things happen. The good things happen, and I strive. Like, I A&R'd for Jay-Z and Pharrell. I was on the Chappelle show.
When did you
A&R
A&R for those guys?
When?
Yeah, for Jay and Pharrell.
2003 to 2006, something like that.
Was that a fun?
2002.
Were you good at it?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I didn't really have any big hits that came out of me A&Ring, but I brought big hits. Like I brought Rihanna to Jay-Z
For real?
That's pretty
and Rick
good.
Ross.
In the beginning?
Yeah.
Wow.
If you look, can I shout out?
Yeah.
Shout out. If you look up Rihanna's Instagram, about a month ago, she gave me this big shout out. How like I'm the first one to play her record. She loves me. She wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me. I was like, yeah.
Was
yeah,
she on
baby.
vacation? The bitch is always
She's
on vacation.
Yo, her Instagram is
She
all
on
vacation.
and her butt is sandy as fuck.
I mean,
Always.
I'd
Yeah.
be on vacation if I was her. She's rich. She comes in. She records a single. Everybody listens to it.
She is rich. How did you find her?
A friend of mine knew her production company. I didn't like discover her.
No, I got you.
But I
how
went to
did
the
you,
studio
Like,
and
how
then-
did you even hear about it?
Yeah, my friend brought me to the studio because his artist was doing a track with her. And I met her, and I met her producers, and then she did a song, and I played it on the radio before it was signed or anything. Pound the Replay, that first song she
Yeah,
got.
that's one of her best songs.
Yeah, I'm in the video. I'm the DJ.
Is that
So,
right?
All these stories you've heard, all these hip hop guys tell. What
Well,
is-
let's explain how he's heard the stories.
Yeah, I thought you do an improv show.
Right. But people fast forward through the beginning of the show.
Hulu+/Champs.
People fast forward through our
Tell us
days.
about your improv show and about the podcast, which is the other place of all those stories.
My improv show?
Yeah.
I started taking classes at UCB, which is a famous improv theater. I was trying to get better at stand-up, trying to get looser on stage. I was very stiff. And I started taking improv, and then I realized that's a whole nother world.
Right.
It doesn't, it helps you later on once you learn it and master it. It's not, you can't take one class and be like, I'm loose.
Yeah.
But it's a whole nother world that I discovered, and I just fell in love with it, and I just jumped in it like 100%. Started taking classes, doing shows, indie shows and bars with weird 19-year-old white kids. Like, I'm like on Hot 97, I'm doing these shows with like college kids. And then I just got really into it, and I was like, I can mix this with hip hop and like make a new lane of comedy for myself. And so I just started doing it. I just asked a couple people. The first person I asked was the RZA, because I figured like Wu-Tang, everyone loves Wu-Tang. I'll get a mixed crowd, and it just took off. He never showed up though.
Is that true?
Yeah,
Who did it instead?
Noriega. He did it. And then I did once a month for like 3 shows, and then after that they wanted me to do a weekly show. And I had like 2 Chainz, Action Bronson, Mano, Jim Jones, all the Locks, Styles, Jadakiss. Who else? Drewski. Victor Cruz. Oh, yeah, Victor Cruz did it.
Drews, we should know that
Prodigy.
you have a white sidekick.
But
I do have a white
he's not
sidekick.
fully white.
White on the outside.
Yeah, he's definitely.
He's got
flavor.
he's got
a
the
ski.
hip hop white guy.
Definitely.
He's got the earrings.
Do you have an ego?
Neal, let me answer. No, Neal's a humble dude.
Don't hang out with Drewski in a club if
I
you
can
have an
see it.
ego.
Yeah.
Oh, because
Bitches will trample you.
No, you know what it is?
To get to him.
You know why? Because he's good looking. He's dressed like hip hop, but he's got a pussy eating smile. You know what I mean? It's a smile that says, "I will eat your pussy."
I'm lucky I don't
He's
have
got
an ego.
one of those smiles. You know, he's got a smile where he squints.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who has a smile like that? It's fucking adorable.
Like Josh, what's that guy?
Dude, keep smiling.
Yeah, keep smiling. Come
Keep
on
shining.
Please commit.
Gosling, like Ryan Gosling,
Yeah.
one of those.
Yes. He smiles and he gets like super cute. Like, fuck, I can't believe I'm in love with you.
And also you work in multiple levels. It's too bad people can't see him, but multiple levels. You know, white girls are like, ooh, he's kind of like a black dude. Black girls are like, ooh, he's kind of like a black dude. So what's that?
These white girls, white girls look at him and go, well, if I'm gonna do him, I might as well just go full
Yeah.
black. You know?
Yeah.
Exactly. But black girls are like,
No, yeah, I used to do
Yeah.
a joke about that actually, about how like I would love to sleep with a black girl, but she would never choose me because I'm not like a white boy starter kit.
Yeah.
And you are a white boy starter
Yeah.
kit. It's like,
Yeah, it's like
definitely-
as close as you. It's like she feels it at
like
home.
if she closed her eyes
Yeah.
and listened to
Yeah.
him talk, it's like,
And you probably wear
Okay,
like
I
a
feel
black
at home.
cologne.
Yeah.
Some
Oh,
kind of
yeah,
black
yeah.
cologne. I don't even know what that would be, but like, just like I don't know what black dudes wear. Cool
What kind of
water.
cologne you wear?
I don't know.
A Fahrenheit. But
Fahrenheit? That's very old school.
Black dudes wear, what's that?
Oh, listen to that voice too.
The
I'm trying to
oils.
fuck Drewski.
Oils, yeah.
Oil. Oh, oil.
There's a new perfume called Oils.
Oh, shit.
It's by Drewski.
Oils by Drewski.
Yo, where can I get it? On the corner.
Dude, it's some black shit. You can't get it.
Okay, so
of all those tales that you've heard, what are some of the ones that stick out as just some crazy, amazing stories?
Honestly, it's been so many. Like Raekwon, the chef from Wu-Tang, comes up and tells like an early story of like when the Wu-Tang first went on tour, some groupies came on the bus and back to the hotel, and his slang was just like, yo, I mean, she looked kind of dirty, so I had to boil her real quick. I'm like, hold on, what did you do? He goes, I set the bathtub to real hot water, put that shower on, and let her sit in there for a little while, boil her. Like Prodigy from Mobb Deep said they accidentally shot a guy who was gonna sign them to Def Jam back in the day. They shot him by accident. 2 Chainz was gonna. 2 Chainz was gonna. They knew this girl that worked at this guy that worked at Wendy's, and they were like, "Yo, we're gonna come through the drive-through." He worked in the drive-through, and we're gonna act like we're robbing you. Give us the money, and then we'll split it with you later. So they're driving to the drive-through, and they're like, yo, give us a burger, fries, whatever. And some girl who's also on the headset goes, yo, is that Taheed? Yo, Taheed, what's up? Come up to the window. So they just first skirted off. Fucking,
They
she
never got to
recognized
rob
his
anybody?
voice. Nah, they never robbed it.
People that rob shit are like bad screenwriters where they never think, they just don't think of like a very obvious thing that could get them caught. I go like, oh, it's like you got to plan, you got to be like a mastermind. If you're going to do crime.
To rob a drive-through.
Yeah. Or like,
But just don't
think about it.
But don't place an order. Just
yeah.
rob
just go to the window.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't.
Why put your voice? Why you have to fake?
Man, we got to maintain authenticity. I'll have a quarter
Yeah.
pounder.
I don't
please.
want, I'm not going to disrespect the restaurant.
I'm not going to disrespect the art.
Yeah. Like that's how we do shit. Okay, so I want to talk more about your marriage. Does your wife think you work too much?
Yes, of course.
And I feel like you look like the kind of guy who's always making things up to his wife. Like,
No.
baby, this weekend we're gonna blank because I blanked.
doing it, like makeup time.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, Sundays is wife day.
And what does that entail?
No, just simple. Just going out to eat, shopping, movies.
So
You know, I
what
try
time
to-
you get up early?
I try to get up as early as I can, 10 o'clock or whatever, roughly, and try to spend Sundays. Well, I try not to do stuff on Sundays. And then also, like, after therapy, we go out, go to eat or whatever.
Where you take it? Where you like to eat at?
Yeah, let me tell you where we take my bitches at. I don't know. We go to, like, Houston's a lot.
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
okay.
Houston's a lot.
Okay, get some
Sure,
oils
yeah.
up there.
We
Yep.
get some,
Houston's Oils.
We go to Sushi Samba. We
This is a
go to,
good
like,
question.
Yeah, thank you.
Steakhouses a lot.
Cheesecake Factory?
If that's like, we got to go to the suburbs for that. But yeah, if we go to the suburbs, yeah.
These are the classic hip hop restaurants.
Well,
by the way.
Cheesecake Factory is the classic.
What?
Yeah.
Houston's is?
Houston's absolutely.
It is?
Yeah.
We go to Philippe. We used to go to Philippe a lot, but not anymore. It's too rappy.
Okay, so so what time you got to get up in the morning?
4:30.
And what do you do to get ready for the show?
Not much anymore. I more handle like the mixing now. I don't do a lot of the prep anymore. Remember, Ebro took over the show.
Oh, right. So you're sulking.
Yeah,
what you're
no,
telling me.
it's pretty good actually. It's just the hours that suck.
So you're on the board? That doesn't sound like.
No, there's a separate mix booth. I mean, I come in like I like it better now because now I just like drop jokes. I'm just
Right.
funny on the show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever
you don't
they're
have to
talking
drive
about.
it. You don't have to go like.
Yeah.
Coming up, da, 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 da.
Yeah, driving a morning show is rough.
You did get in trouble. I want to talk about the fact that you got in trouble though.
Yeah, one time.
What'd you do?
Rosenberg got in trouble as well. Go.
Rosenberg was different though.
Yeah. No. Tell both of them.
Well, Rosenberg, we had Nicki Minaj performing on our Summer Jam, which is like a huge concert we do at Giant Stadium every year. And there's like a festival stage which has like newer artists outside before Summer Jam. That's like 15,000, and then Summer Jam 60,000. So the festival stage is more like underground groups. Hopefully next year they'll be big enough to be on the main stage. So he goes and he says something like he was bringing up Kendrick Lamar before he blew up, and he was like, "You guys ready for some real hip hop shit? Not that Starships bullshit," which was Nicki Minaj's like pop song.
Oh.
She got wind of it, puts out on Twitter, "I'm not doing Summer Jam. Rosenberg, da 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 da." And so like the whole shit just went fucking crazy.
Lil
Did she
Wayne
not do it?
canceled.
No.
Yeah, Lil
really?
Wayne said, "You're not doing Summer Jam." He wasn't there, but he told her not to do it.
Oh God, I thought he was scheduled. And
Right,
he
but then
also
she was
canceled.
supposed to bring out Nas and Lauryn Hill as a surprise. So we did some scrambling, and we just made Nas do a set, and he brought out Lauryn Hill as a surprise.
Got
So
it.
it wasn't even that bad, but then there was just like beef between Young Money, Cash Money, and Rosenberg and Hot 97.
But that's one of the things where you guys know you're gonna win though, right? Meaning Hot 97 is gonna outlast Young Money.
Oh
Cash
yeah,
Money.
absolutely. But we still don't want drama. We love Nicki.
Right.
We all love Nicki, but she took it personally, and he was like, not like you. I don't think you, a dope rapper,
Should be doing.
sing a pop song. Now, if you're a rapper on a pop song, that's that's understandable. If you like make a rap song that goes pop, he's like, but you're singing like Katy Perry on a dance track when you're a sick rapper.
Yeah.
He's just like, I like rap. You know what I'm saying? And she took,
So she didn't do Summer Jam.
No, not that
Has she
year.
ever come on the show since?
Yeah, they made up on the air, and then she did Summer Jam, did a little big hug. It was a fucking wrestling. It was a Hulk Hogan and
it's all
Andre.
wrestling.
Yeah, it's all wrestling.
By the way, did you guys see this? There's a Randy Macho Man Savage speech that is the fun. I'm gonna lay it in.
Oh man,
I was
right
trying to
here.
lay it in. It's so goddamn funny. Randy Macho Man Savage doing an interview with Mean Gene Okerlund, and he comes out and he goes, "Nothing means nothing," and then he just fucking for a minute and a half.
Macho Man Randy said,
means nothing.
Nothing
means nothing.
Nothing means nothing. What do you mean by that?
More, I'm talking about all the way to the top, yeah. Unjustifiably in a position that I'd rather not be in, but the cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah. Macho Madness, yeah, has got more to offer than President Jack Tunney thinks that I got. Yeah, and I'm going to tell you something right now. Cards stacked against the Macho Man Randy Savage in WrestleMania 3. Hey, let me say it, yeah. Let me say it out loud. And let me point to the president of the World Wrestling Federation. The Macho Man Randy Savage is not happy with your decision, yeah. I am the cream in the World Wrestling Federation.
Wait a minute,
and there is no doubt about it, yeah. You Mean Gene Okerlund. You know that I'm the cream of the crop.
I don't know what those guys were on,
Oh yeah, they were on drugs.
but they're amazing.
have you seen the
performers.
Ultimate Warrior's old? I mean, it's gibberish. It's just emotional gibberish.
Giving interviews?
Yeah, but it's psychedelic and like it doesn't make any sense. But it's very captivating on a spiritual level. You're like, what's happening? And this guy's unlocked some deep core of his primal like subconscious. They're amazing. The old Ultimate Warrior ones.
And then what was your beef?
All right, so I got into some issues with the Haitian community.
Well, on what I consider a good joke.
Okay,
I still
no,
say this is a
I didn't
good
even
joke.
say the joke. It's not my joke.
whose joke?
I
was
didn't.
it?
No, I didn't say it. It was misquoted. So this girl on our show throws. She was at a Haitian, like a anti-AIDS Haitian event the night before.
Just a voodoo gathering. We get it. Go ahead.
And it was a Richard Branson thing, and he had virgin condoms that he was giving to Haiti. And she threw one at me, and I go, I don't need one. I don't have sex with Haitian girls. And meaning I'm in a long-term relationship.
How they could have misunderstood that joke is
No,
unbelievable.
I'm going to tell you what they
I
said,
mean,
though. Then they go, this is what happened. So,
I like that you're maintaining innocence.
No,
What-
but
what
no,
is already, without the explanation, an offensive joke.
offensive joke.
Yeah.
I make a lot of offensive jokes.
Yeah,
and it's a quick one-line that she threw a condom at me. So then there's a whole outroar.
Let me ask you this. Were they upset in the room at the time, or did get a laugh?
No, gotta laugh.
And did she seem upset?
Later on we found out she seemed upset because all of her Haitian friends that were at the event were listening because she was shouting them out.
Right. And
So
she did throw a chicken
Who
bone at
who
you.
was who?
Still a condom, not a chicken bone.
And then a chicken bone to curse you. I just assumed. Go
She
ahead.
was in all white face.
So she goes, no. So this thing comes out. It's like Rosenberg says.
So not even
Rosenberg,
not even you.
the Jew.
Sure.
Rosenberg says he doesn't sleep with Haitian women because he doesn't want to get HIV. So then it was like, so
Yeah.
then HIV was never said. Never.
Right.
I have the clip. I had the clip on my phone. I used to play it for
Isn't it
people.
funny that
Hilarious.
reality is meaningless, though?
So, but the funny
it
thing
doesn't
is
help.
meaningless. So then, I go, no, it wasn't him. It was me. Because I have so many Haitian friends, I was like, oh, let me explain what happened. They're going to understand. But then there was like a whole community build up against me. And I'm like, listen, the next 2 days or whenever it happened, I'm listening to I'm on Channel 7 News, 1010 Wins AM in the morning.
And what the good news was, you got to hear a lot of people say your name
Luis Diaz.
who didn't know how to say Cipha.
Yeah, DJ Luis Diaz from Hot 97. And
A local hip hop DJ has stepped
how
into
could
some deep.
every single news source get
Get
the
it wrong.
quote wrong?
Yeah.
That's when I didn't believe in news beforehand.
Because they don't. There's no fact checking.
At
all
all.
just-
Nobody
yeah.
wants to check that.
No, they don't care.
Did they do the
I
pun
don't-
though?
If they check the fact, they might be proven that they don't want to check their way out of a story.
Yo,
Did they
it
get a
was-
good pun though? You know how they like to do the puns. You know,
I
a local hip hop DJ has put the hate in Haiti.
No. I didn't
Get
hear
any
any
of
of
that good stuff.
Did someone say record scratch?
I
Hot
apologize.
97, more like hot water,
Water
97. A local.
Yeah, but it was all good. I got suspended for like 2 months.
And then what? Were you getting?
What did you do when you were
mail?
suspended?
You getting Haiti mail? Come on.
I got a lot of hate tweets.
Did you go into deep therapy during your 2
I was
months
upset.
suspension?
Yo, you know who first person to call me and help me out?
Mr. C?
Patrice O'Neal.
Yep.
Wyclef Jean.
The shit Patrice O'Neal was saying, I can never repeat.
Yeah.
But he was basically saying, fuck that.
He called you. He was like, "Hello, it's me, Patrice O'Neal."
But yo, Patrice like talked to me for like 2 hours, yo, and he was like, man, don't worry about that shit. They just trying to get over that.
Patrice must have lost a lot of money just on cell phone minutes because every time I talked to him, it was for fucking 2 hours. Everybody talked to Patrice for 2 hours.
Always, right?
Yeah. But it's kind of scary though, right? Going through that shit because you're just like, I didn't do it, and there's a fucking
Just a-
lynch
No,
mob.
and
after
it's
you.
like,
Lynch mob. Yeah, virtual lynch mob.
your
Yeah.
job is like, they didn't say this, but this is how it goes down in radio or any kind of broadcasting. If
I
advertisers
think
pull
Drewski's
money,
about to.
Yeah,
take his
Drewski's
shirt
taking
off.
his shirt off. It's
no, we
exciting.
gotta go soon. They're
We'll
like,
see about that. Go ahead.
if advertisers pull money from us because of this, you're gone.
To the left.
So I'm gonna lose my job over something I didn't say. That's insane.
Right.
And I admitted the part that I did say was offensive. And the thing that saved me is I went on the air 2-3 hours later and apologized. So when the news story came out, it was like, oh, hey, Cipha Sounds said this and this and this. And then the next day it was like, oh, he's since apologized. And there was no more story.
Yeah.
So it went away in 2 days. If I didn't apologize, it would have went on and on and on.
I think that the culture of outrage has reached a fever point, and I actually think that we are now on the decline. We can't tell, but it's like we're on the way to a new era. That's what I believe. I think that the Oscars maybe were the pinnacle, where people were
Oscars.
just like seething, looking for something to be offended by, like Jared Leto, like, oh, he
Yeah.
didn't specifically say the word trans, and
Right.
and Ellen DeGeneres, she's homophobic. It's just like it's so overblown
It's
and
so-
half baked.
yeah.
Like
I don't think that they're. Thanks for the half baked shout out. I don't think that it will. I think it gives people purpose and it makes people think that they're smart and intelligent
But I think it's a cultural
and
meme.
perceptive.
I think that it's a cultural meme right now that like we must find when people are being offensive.
Yeah, it's
blast
crazy.
them on social media.
Yeah.
Go write a blog about it. You know, it's like my friend was describing it as like there are straight women on blogs telling gay men that it's offensive to say the word tranny. It's like,
okay.
you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like,
Here's the question: though. Have you ever been guilty of it?
of which
Of the sort of gotcha shit?
I want.
Because I think everybody has this thing of
thing
that they had that the thing that they're willing to grandstand about.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
I'm sure I have. It's like the Zimmerman thing where you realize before you hear the whole story and you're like, oh, he's German and Mexican or whatever.
you want
German
it,
and
yeah.
where you just want it to be like,
white.
there's no way this can. And the more that shit, the Woody Allen thing, it's a good example where you're just like, and then it gets more complicated. And you're like, okay.
Just so everybody knows what happened, Neal almost just said he supported George Zimmerman on the podcast. I told
Yeah.
everybody to make
No,
sure
I was
today.
pretty.
What?
No, I said I would never. I would never get HIV. I would never fuck George Zimmerman.
I would never fuck George. You say George Zimmerman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
So
does anything offend you?
does anything offend me?
Anything offend you? Or you, Moish?
Yeah, I get offended. Yeah, I get offended by. But I feel like I'm more offended by sort of the corporate sort of structure and the justice system and shit, like the kind of overarching themes of society than I am about what one specific person said or did. Nothing.
You're offended.
I mean, nothing offends me that a person says. I don't feel like that.
Nothing. I don't. I actually get offended more now about people getting offended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, that's
Somebody
real. Yeah.
wrote a tweet the other day about like, I wonder if Chelsea Handler made a bunch of jokes on the Oscars.
Chelsea Handler.
About they were all black jokes.
They weren't bad at all.
They weren't bad.
No, they weren't. I know the story you're talking about. They weren't that crazy. They were the same jokes.
They were shitty jokes.
They weren't good.
Don't say I would make jokes like that because they weren't good jokes.
I'm not. No. What I'm saying is, I read the tweets. None of them were a joke that would be too far for any of my comedians to. Make.
The joke is like the girl from 12 Years a Slave 1, and she said Angelina Jolie's about to adopt her.
Like,
that's hacky. It's fine.
Whatever.
I like those kind of hacky jokes.
What's that?
I like those kind of jokes.
Yeah, it's fine.
Twitter jokes.
Yeah,
neither here nor there.
It was a Twitter joke, and then
Twitter jokes are good.
She called Sidney Poitier Nelson Mandela. That's kind of one of those like, nah. It's you know what it is. It's just she doesn't understand. There's certain people that it's like we don't need you to make jokes. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like she's just coming at it from a superiority, from a place of superiority. So she can't really. It's like just shut the fuck up about old black fucking. Don't fuck with Nelson Mandela and Sidney Poitier.
I mean, I hear you, but my point is like none of them were that crazy.
People were no. I agree, but someone was like, "How could I defend her?" It's like I'm not going to defend her, but what I will say is going after her. Black people aren't better off on Monday because a bunch of people were like, you shouldn't say that thing about. It's like, no, it's just no one. They're not better off. There's not like incarceration rates didn't go down.
Why can't you make jokes?
I agree.
Jokes just by their nature are criticizing a thing.
Has Angelina Jolie adopted black or African children?
Yes.
So what's a joke?
I know it's
based on truth.
But even worse, actually, is the ones where they get offended based on things that aren't true. Like the thing people are saying now is that Ellen's joke, where she said to Liza Minnelli, "This is the greatest Liza Minnelli impersonator I've ever seen. Thank you for coming tonight, sir," was transphobic. But it's like, gay guys that dress in drag are not trans. They're gay. They're men that dress up as women. Well, that's who's doing Liza Minnelli impersonation. So they're offended about a thing that isn't even.
It's not right. It's not even a thing.
Exist.
Yeah.
It's also trying to parse like, wait, so trans, you're a man, you're a gay woman saying thank you, sir, to a gay icon who's a that you're saying is a male impersonator. It's like I don't even know. I'm already lost about what am I supposed to be offended by?
Two different people shoveling coal into two like side by side fires. You're like, well, where's this? I don't even understand.
It's an MC Escher fucking argument. Yeah, so you just kind of go, I don't know. Yeah, but that I felt bad for you because I felt like
thanks.
Yeah, I actually did. I didn't call you like Patrice. But I did.
You didn't have the minutes at that point.
Though. I simply didn't have the minutes.
Used them up on Patrice.
Yeah. Patrice. Neal, what the fuck? I did a little Patrice.
Yeah, a lot of comedians. I was doing. It was good. I was doing a lot of stand up at the time because I was just like, let me just jump in the fire. People are gonna say shit. Let me just deal with it. And
did you find that more people knew about it than you thought, or less people?
Less.
Yeah.
It was like on the top of my brain. I would go places and they were like, "Oh, you got in trouble for something?" You know, they don't care. They don't give a fuck.
And you think everyone knows,
yeah,
and then they're like,
everyone knew.
What?
And if you read Twitter, it's like, rah.
Yeah, and then it's 11 people.
Didn't even care. And but comedians were like, "Don't apologize." I'm like, "Well, I already did."
Comedians.
Like I want to keep my job. I'm not gonna say I don't want to keep my job.
Fuck that.
Yeah, they're like, don't ever apologize for a
job. Fuck sustenance.
Fuck your wife. Fuck everything, man.
Like, don't ever apologize for a joke. And I'm like, I said something offensive.
Would you ever apologize for a joke?
I don't think so. My goal is to never apologize for a joke. Yeah. That's my goal in life at this point. That's one of my. It's like just like no, I'm not gonna apologize.
I'll tell you what. That's a very attainable goal. You just have to not apologize.
Right, but it's hard when you feel like. But I'm not even kidding. With the Samsung thing, I've thought about tweets and then not tweeted it because I don't want it to be like Samsung has severed ties.
Right.
With
you get money.
Yeah. And I don't. It's like it's a weird thing. Like I just don't want to be a part of one of those things. Having said that, I've never tweeted anything that I couldn't defend.
But not to be tacky, but like, what the fuck do you care if you lose this Samsung?
No, I agree. I agree. I guess I like it. I like doing the commercials.
Doing it. Right.
So
why would you? Yeah. Why risk it?
I'm just saying Neal's not a poor man. I mean,
what's my ETA?
Oh, we can wrap it up.
We can go. Yeah.
So
We never
tell
had a
them
guest. You know, this is a first on the show.
15 minutes?
We never had a guest.
Oh yeah, to Jerus Club, to the movie theater.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be there in 10:15.
Okay.
What are you doing next?
The Russell Simmons show they do, ADD comedy or something like that.
At Jeru at
Oh, you're
Inside
doing
Jokes, the
stand-up.
Jeru
Yeah,
Tillman
stand
show.
Yeah.
It's a 9:00 show, but it's a black stand-up show. So I was like, it ain't starting at fucking 9.
Yeah, man.
All right.
You of all people.
I just like to be on
You who
point.
has-
I mean,
you
I
made
don't. I have no pull in LA. I want to do some
Yeah.
stand up out here. I want to make sure I, you know,
Yeah. Have you done
who am I?
TV? Have you done stand-up on TV?
just once that Gotham show on
Yeah.
Access.
How was it?
Oh, the
good.
Mark Cuban thing?
Yeah, it was really good.
You-
But it's also like they want you to do crowd work and they want it to feel like a comedy club. So it's
do you
little
do a lot of
looser.
crowd work?
I have jokes that look like crowd work. You know what I'm saying? But they're like
Yeah.
they're planned
You
jokes.
ask a question and then the guy, whatever the guy
and I
answers,
have a joke for each answer, or I adjust it.
Yeah.
And it looks like crowd work. And then, like, because I opened up for Joe Coy once, and he was like, don't do so much crowd work. And I was like, I didn't do any crowd work. And I was like, oh, my jokes look like crowd work.
Right.
That's when he said that to me is when I really figured it out. I was like, am I doing crowd work? But it's like,
That's almost a sign of weakness.
what?
Brett Ernst said to me one time, stop polling the audience, because
Oh,
I go
yeah,
like,
I know what you're
hey,
saying.
you guys ever go to
But
the
I- but
restaurant?
that-
And
I
it
like
just
it,
feels
though.
like,
But that drives me crazy. What is the function of that in comedy? Have you finding out if these guys have ever?
it makes it like resets the subject.
Yeah, I hear you, but you can just reset the subject. Like,
I know that,
Right.
But when you don't have enough confidence,
I have a friend who won't get into the joke until the question is answered, no matter how.
Right.
He'll be like, "Do you guys
did you guys see the World Series?
see the World Series?" And nobody answers it. No, the World Series. You know, it's a baseball game. One of the
Do you
biggest-
guys
the big
not
one.
have TVs? The fuck is wrong?
Yeah,
with
no, I don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't. It's like I consider like I don't know my style, but I'm just like I'm more like a man. Like it comes
Man
from
about
radio
town.
because when everyone thinks they're your friend on radio, like. I'll go out somewhere, walking in the street, and be like, "Yo, Cipha, what's up? How's your aunt doing?" Because I mentioned on the radio my aunt was sick.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they feel like they're your friend. So I brought that element into comedy, into my stand-up, and it's like I'm talking to the people, but I have jokes. They're not.
But they just all have
they
to do with
seem-
Haiti and AIDS. And so
No,
you can't
they
tell
don't. No
any.
Haiti and AIDS jokes. And it seems like I'm doing crowd work.
And have you ever done a set where you didn't do it?
Yeah, and it feels a little awkward.
Did you do better?
It's pretty much the same.
Yeah. I always found that once I got rid of all that stuff, it was less slack. It was just like the whole thing was tighter, because I would just go
Yeah.
like bang, 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 instead of like, so
What? Have you
what
ever-
but I noticed, like, I watched Seth Meyers' monologues this week. He'll do that. You almost have to. And Jim Fallon does it too. Leno does it. You see this? Yeah, you guys
Right,
like
they
you
do that
have
on
to do
monologues.
it
Maybe it's a
because you're
broadcasting
going
thing.
through
You guys hear about this?
you're going through so many subjects that you can't go president. You can't just go. The president was in Egypt, and
That's actually how Seth did it on Weekend Update.
yes, because it was a news parody.
And I like that better, actually. I got to say, I don't like you. See, this to me sounds really cheesy. Like,
Yeah.
You guys hear about this?
Letterman does it. I think you have to do
I'm
it.
saying-
I'm
Letterman's
not on
cheesy.
your level, guys. I'm not on your level. I'm just trying to figure it out, man.
Hey, man, look.
Well, we're trying to help you.
I'm
We're just trying to
figure
throw
it
you
out.
in the
All right, cut out
waters.
the crowd work. Got
Yeah,
it.
you
We're
want
trying to throw you in the water.
No,
take away
somebody
your
said to me
glasses.
it took me
and
a
let you
long
swim.
time to even think he had a point, and then once you look at great
I would
comics.
love. I don't know. I would love to get to the point where I could do stand up like 3 shows every night, and like craft it as much as you guys do.
You could though in New York. Why can't you?
Because I gotta
Get up at
I gotta
4:30.
DJ. I gotta get up early. I gotta go to the studio. Like I do too much
Why?
shit.
Why do
Well, why
you
don't
do
you
stand-up?
focus?
No, but why do you do
I
stand-up?
I love it.
But why? You have such a prolific everything else career. What is it that's driving you to be on stage with
How
stand-up?
do you answer that?
Think about
Don't look
being
at
a
Neal.
bad
funny.
shit.
I'm funny.
Right. But do you see it as like a craps table where you have some on morning DJ, some on club DJ,
That's a
some
good
on
analogy.
well, that's how I think of this shit, where I'm like, little voiceover. I had $1 on voiceovers. I didn't even know I had a chip out. Movies.
Little
fucking-
Samsung.
Little Sam.
I look at it. Okay, I have more of an umbrella approach. This is what I think makes people the happiest in life: laughing and dancing.
Have you thought that consciously, or
Yes.
you actually believe that?
No, it's my motivation. Like, I personally like, and I'm good at making people laugh and making people dance, and it brings them joy.
That's funny.
So I produce comedy shows, I do stand up, I do improv shows, I DJ, I produce music. All that falls under that umbrella.
That's funny because I never think of when people go like, "You have such a good job. You get to make people laugh." I'm doing it as like an Israeli
guys
woman.
don't think of it that way?
I never think of it as like I'm doing any sort of service.
Well,
I see it
it's
as
a
just
service. You're
like
crazy.
getting something across.
It's
The way-
a service.
the way
I
I-
find this more of a service in a weird
This
way.
is too.
Because we're not getting paid. That's part of it.
That's
why it
it,
feels like
folks.
such a service.
But also just like the Wyatt episode where so many people wrote on Twitter how much it meant to them.
No doubt. This is how I think of it. When we got to go. When I think about whether my life has values, because sometimes I'll say that, like, what the fuck are you doing with your life? Sitting around trying to get famous, like, what the fuck? What value is that? Just your
Right.
ego pumping. Then I think, well, comedy and entertainment, it does bring things to people. When you go to Charlotte, I'm going to Charlotte this weekend. I go
say hi to
perform
my
in
mom.
Charlotte. They're excited to have a performer in town.
Right.
There is something that has
You
spiritual
guys,
value.
you guys
there.
do it so much, you downplay it, and you don't realize. You just look at the crowd, and it's always a crowd. There's somebody who had the shittiest fucking week. Their boss is an asshole. They got sexually harassed. You know what I'm saying? And they go to your spot on a Friday night or Saturday night,
They're Haitian. Go ahead.
They got
and
AIDS.
you bring joy.
Do you know the old joke about the guy in the old comedian? He's in the diner. You know this one, yeah? He's sitting in a diner eating, and this woman walks in. This is the dichotomy of the audience versus the comedian's ego. The woman comes in. She's like, "Oh my God, you're that comedian! I came and saw you in Chicago last year. It was the day that it was the weekend my husband died, and I was heartbroken. He had a long battle with cancer. He went swimming. He lost his glasses, and I came to the show that night, and you made me laugh, and it made me forget about my problems, and it's the reason that I'm alive today." And the comedian looked up and goes, "Was that the early show or the late show?"
Yeah, it is like it's about my experience with it,
Yeah.
and it's never about if I kill. It's not. I don't come off stage going like I pleased those people.
Right.
I come off going like
should,
I
man.
won.
Why do you do
won.
stand-up?
Yeah, I won
Why do you do stand-up?
because I am funny and I love stand up. I always have loved it. And I think you can change people's minds with stand-up.
Mm-hmm.
And I have shit I want to say via stand-up. It's like my way of like saying like all the shit comes in at you in the world,
Right,
and
so-
it's like here's my rebuttal to
Right,
all
and
the
that's like a
garbage I hear.
musician who writes a beautiful song and brings people joy.
You don't want to know why I do stand up?
Sure.
Forget it, man. It's for the pussy.
I mean, sure, why not? You're here.
Neal, why?
Go ahead.
I was gonna ask.
No. Why do you do? Oh, you do stand up because it's like music. I do stand up because I don't actually know the answer. I think
Yeah, there's no direct.
I think
who
the
knows
live.
why we
I
do
think
it.
performing in front of people is exhilarating. And
Oh,
good
yeah,
at it.
absolutely.
I think the live
That's true.
perform, but because you're good at writing scripts too. Why not just do that? There's something extra
Oh, yeah.
about being
Yeah,
in
that's
front
a
of
whole
Yeah,
other
because
part
it's
of it.
lonely. Writing scripts is lonely, and you
Right.
get to feel people's energy. You get to feel
Yeah.
the endorphins. There are people like you got to go, but like when Chris Rock is the nicest in the 15 minutes after he's gotten off stage.
Oh,
he's
interesting.
so much fucking nicer.
Yeah.
because you can just see the
Oh, yeah, you
endorphins
feel
going through him,
great.
and he's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
whereas I'm not like. I'm not any.
I love it when I rip it down. You feel amazing.
Oh, when you kill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fucking
Yeah, there are
great.
certain sets where you're like, but I just go immediately to like rage and arrogance. I'm like, fuck you. People are talking to me. I'm like, did you fucking see what I just did, you fucking piece of shit?
The funniest is when you see the way a comedian comes off stage when they kill. You're just like, all right, dude, we get it. You killed. You don't have to be
Nah, I'm
demonstratively
always
showing
smiling,
it in your body.
high-fiving.
No, my girlfriend will come home sometimes, and I'll be like, how'd the show go? And I look at her, go, you killed. Like,
Yeah.
there's just too much good energy
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
off of her.
Yeah.
Like,
You have a girlfriend?
yeah.
Yes, comedian Natasha Leggero.
That's your
Wanda,
girlfriend?
No, Wanda Sykes.
Which one's your girlfriend?
Natasha
Wanda.
Leggero.
No, Natasha's Natasha.
Is she really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, my boy.
Your boy fuck.
Your boy what? Your boy what, motherfucker?
He was just
Hello.
She was on. He was watching some clip. What was she on? Some video, and he's like, "Oh, she's hot," and he started just looking up. Like he was watching like a half an hour of her videos and shit.
Yeah, tell your
He's
boy
like,
to
it's good
get
to be
at me,
hot.
man. Yeah.
Good to be hot and funny.
Yeah,
Tell
she
your
is
boy to
funny. She
email
is
me.
hot too. She's a
great.
cool chick too.
Folks,
We did it.
We
Cipha
did it.
Sounds,
Cipha
2014. You got champs.
go see him at the UCB East in New York. Listen to the morning show.
You can also get it on iHeartRadio and all that shit. You can listen to this
Tune
shit
in.
all
Oh,
over.
and Juan Epstein, which is, by the way, guys, if you have listened to this podcast and enjoyed the legendary rappers we've had on, they have everybody.
They have
on that
way
Juan
better
Epstein
people than
shit.
us.
Yeah, they do. I mean, not better, but more.
Hulu Plus / Champs.
Shit. We got a TV show coming out about Hot 97 on VH1 starting March 31st. It's called This Is Hot 97, and it is a hold on, I gotta think of the term that the media people told me to use.
Haitian AIDS?
Shh.
Oh, sorry. I thought that might have been it.
It's an unscripted comedy series.
Oh, wow. Wow. How'd they come up with that?
Wow. Those
Oh,
people,
no, I'm
boy,
sorry.
they earn their money.
It's also a comedic look at Hot 97.
And is it extra work for you?
Yeah.
God.
It's great. It's funny as shit.
Oh, that's
good.
great.
It's funny as shit.
Awesome.
So
So
please
check it out.
watch that.
VH1, Juan
Neal,
Epstein,
thanks
Morning
for
Show.
man.
not for this. Fuck this. Thanks for putting me on Chappelle's show.
Yep.
And thanks for.
I don't think
giving
I
me-
had much to do with it. I didn't fight it though.
Yeah, and you also used to say, "Look, you have 1 second when the camera comes down to look into it and be on TV." And I'd be like, "Hi."
Neal, I want
And
to
thanks
thank
for the
you.
beats by Dr. Dre voiceover.
Oh yeah, I
thing
got him
on
a
it.
voiceover gig.
I want to
I
thank
totally
you
forgot
as
about
well, Neal.
Did you make any money?
Yeah,
Good.
good amount of money.
Good.
I want to thank you for bringing up the tweet.
Right.
I want to thank you for bigging me down.
Right.
And I want to thank you for looking at me whenever a person of color says they grew up around white people.
You're welcome.
I want to thank you for all
It's a
that.
great week.
Champs.
It's a great
Moish, I want to thank you.
Oh,
for
yes.
Moish.
Just for being me. Being a Jew. Listen, Champs fans, we want to thank you for listening to another episode.
God bless. Bye. Hulu Plus / Champs. Hulu Plus / Champs. Hulu Plus / Champs. Hulu Plus / Champs.